Hi Pisces, welcome to your March 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. Before we get into that, happy damn birthday to you. If you are celebrating your birthday this month as a Pisces up to and including the 19th of March, happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have a wonderful solar return, and I truly hope that this is your best year yet. Remember to fill the day of your birthday with a little bit of everything that you want this next year ahead to have in it for you. And if you are having your birthday on that new moon, this is your birthday new moon, which means this is a year of profound change, movement and possibly abundance for you as well. All right, for your actions and interactions with the world at large this month, you get the Five of Pentacles. All right, so your actions and interactions with the world at large. I'm going to say this to you. First things first, please look after your physical body. All right, this sometimes can see knocks, slips, trips and falls, knocks and scrapes and all of that. But what I really want to say to you is, wherever it is that you know your mindset is not abundant, you need to address that this month, right? This is a month where you got to get to grips with how your mind or your mindset is working against you. The Five of Pentacles is not an easy card, and yes, it can sometimes talk about lack mindset. What this really is telling me for you guys though is this is time for you to snap yourself out of your material funk, right? Stop looking at the challenge that you have, and I'm not saying that the challenges or the situation that you're in isn't real. What I'm saying is, even still, you have to switch your vibration, all right? This is a time for you to really speak up as well. Like, I don't know why, but that feels like a really prominent message for all of you. This is a month for you to speak up about what you want, or speak up about claiming what it is that you feel you want more of in your life. For your communications and conversations, you have the King of Wands, right? A fire sign male, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius may feature for you in some way, shape or form. You've got this here, and this card is all about pushing yourself forward. It's about shouting from the rooftops. This is what makes me special. This is what sets me apart. This is why you should buy from me, love me, be with me, you know, whatever. This card is all about me. Well, not me, but you. You know, me, not me, you, right? This card is all about you. And because it's in your communication sector, this is about you claiming what you want, right? Stop whinging about what you don't and start getting out there and being intentional about what it is that you truly want. You've got the King of Wands here in your communications, which means your communication is dynamic this month. You are shining this month. Why? Because the sun is in your sign. When the sun is in your sign, it pours its life, heat, energy, vitality into you, your body, your mind, your soul. And it's time for you to start sharing that with the world so that people can see you in the brilliance that you really, really are. Now, when it comes to those of you that are working, whether this is for yourself or somebody else, like whichever camp of work you're in, this is about you really starting to speak up and looking more towards roles of leadership. This is a time now, Pisces, where if you want those big results and those big rewards, you need to start breaking down some of your self-imposed barriers. This is about you getting out there and allowing yourself to be seen. When it comes to those of you that are not working, whether this is because you're retired, you're studying, or you know, you're in between jobs, etc., that King of Wands is asking you to put yourself out there. What is it that you want? If it's not work, if it's, you know, whatever it is, this is about you, again, shouting from the rooftops about yourself. For your heart and half sector, you've got the Page of Wands. So this is, you know, it's a fair amount of fire. For those of you that are single, You could be meeting or interacting with a King of Wands. So there's a few ways that this could show up, right? This could be somebody that works in, in some form of sports, somebody that works, in a very physical or very dynamic sort of arena. If you are single, you could be meeting somebody that's a police officer or somebody that's in the military. You could be meeting somebody that is, maybe somebody that's very well known in their field. There's just something about this that suggests that you're meeting or connecting with, or certainly swapping messages and texts and maybe even a little sext here and there, with somebody that is vibrant, energetic, powerful, somebody that's going to push you to be more yourself because they are authentically themselves. You could be having a lot of fun. This could be a lot of enjoyment, a lot of laughter, a lot of really flirtatious banter. It's just great. And I actually feel like this is going to snap you out of this Five of Pentacles pretty quick, which is great. For those of you that are married, partnered, or in long-term commitments, that Page of Wands, yes, it can be messages and creativity and all that, but I kind of feel like for you guys, if you're married or in a committed relationship, it's like you're rededicating yourself to something. It's like you get the spark or the passion back for the relationship, where you're saying like, you know what, no, we're good together and we're going to make sure that this works. It's like you're getting back, not even to the honeymoon period. It's like, the part after the honeymoon period where things are still good, but they're still a bit more serious or a bit more weighty. I kind of feel like you're getting back to that part of the relationship, which really is the sweet spot, right? When you've got that grounding and that basis, you know each other well enough, but things are still pretty good and moving quite tickety-boo. This is nice, right? It could be really great, actually. For your money and materials, you've got the Four of Swords. You've got this next to the Page of Wands, and I'm going to say if you are planning some sort of travel with a significant other, this might not necessarily be the best month to do so, probably because Mercury is moving through the sign of Pisces, which Mercury doesn't do good in Pisces, all right? It's just not a good placement for him because he's not thinking straight, and therefore we're not thinking straight. It might bring an added layer of thought, creativity, and mysticism to your thinking, but this is not a great month to plan, big sort of wide, far-reaching travel, and it may not be a good month to make any sort of really big purchases. Just keep an eye on that, all right? When it comes to your weeks of the month, also when it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Four of Swords is basically saying this month you've got to rest, right? Rest and recuperation need to be a big part of what you're doing. Your first week of the month, you have the Tree of Life. This is my favorite card in this deck anyway, because it represents divine intervention and assistance. You've got this right underneath the Five of Pentacles, which suggests that whatever challenges or issues you are having, there are going to be things, opportunities, people, cosmic signposts or synchronicities that show up for you to help you kind of like, as soon as you decide that the experience that you're having is ready to be changed and you're ready for something better, the support that you need will show up for you in the external world, right? That's always how it works anyway, but this suggests that you're getting a double hit of this. And the fact that that first week of March is housing your personal new moon, this is really powerful stuff. If you want big change this year, you make a dedication at that point. Make that decision on the internal level. For your second week of the month, you've got the Magician card, right? So you could be, for some of you, you could be meeting a doctor, a lawyer, like I said, a police officer, somebody that is really dynamic in their work. Maybe so, could be as mundane as a PE teacher. It could be, somebody that is a semi-professional or a professional athlete. This could also be that you're meeting somebody who is very good at what they do, somebody that's quite sort of at a peak of what they do. If you're single, definitely possible. Now, when it comes to, sorry, that was kind of for this, but when it comes to those of you that are, those of you in the working camp, like I said, whether for you or for somebody else, This is you reaching a new level. This is some sort of recognition. It is potentially you stepping into a leadership or a management role. It is potentially you elevating your business or getting a shout out from a powerful person, from maybe maybe let's say you've got a business where you sell items. Maybe you sell an item to an old childhood hero, right? And they give you a shout out on Instagram or whatever. This could be something like that, which could be absolutely fantastic. For those of you that are not working, this is you figuring out what you have to say, and it's you launching it out into the world. Maybe soon rather than later. Maybe even, maybe you put something out as a test and it just kind of runs away with itself. If you're not planning to go into work or you're doing some form of study, this would literally be you tapping into your power of spoken or written word for some reason. For your third week of the month, you've got the Sun card, right? So this coupled with the Page of Wands, it's not officially, but it is for me a time sequence. Whoever you are meeting or connecting with this month, especially around the third week of the month, if you're single, this person could be a Leo, so they could be in the public eye in some way. They could be in a position of authority or power. This also suggests that if you're meeting someone this month or you're connecting with someone this month and you're single, it's whoever they are, you're going up until August, and I think at that point it will be the deciding point. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is gorgeous because it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of excitement, it's a lot of joy. It's potentially you guys really figuring out what your next steps are together, which is nice. And then finally you have the Star card underneath the Four of Swords. So if you do have to make a big purchase this month, it's likely to be on some form of IT equipment. So this could be a new phone, it could be a new camera, it could be a new laptop or a new PC. There's some new technology that's involved with this. You've got the Four of Swords, so you are being asked to wait until the very end of the month if you can. When Mercury moves out of Pisces. If you absolutely can't, just make sure you keep the receipt. The other thing is as well, you've got the Sun card next to the Star card, which represents astrology. If you're ever planning to get an astrology reading or to maybe take a course in astrology, this would be a good time to start. And then finally, for your new moon and full moon messages, so your new moon, I've already talked to you about that. If you are having your birthday either side of or on the new moon, so let's say either 2 days before or 2 days after that new moon, this is your birthday new moon. And when you have a birthday new moon, it's very powerful, and it suggests that there are big changes happening for you in that part of your chart, but for you specifically. And I believe that anything that happens in our sign, we get maybe not total control, but we get a modicum of control of what kind of comes out of it. Your new moon message is the gate 30 and holding. What is the dream? This is about finding that. Once you know what it is, once you truly know what the dream is, you go after it and you hang on to it for dear life, right? Making sure that nothing or no one gets in the way of this. The other thing about this is as well, this new moon, because it's the eagle, right? This is really showing you how to rise above the current situation. That's your Five of Pentacles. Snap out of that and get into it. For your full moon message, you've got the gate 31 and leadership. This is you stepping into some new leadership role. This is potential to step into a new position or a new job in some way. The full moon in Virgo is happening across the sky from your sign in the 7th house, especially for you ascendant Pisceans, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon. But this is all about your partners. It's all about potential partners, marriage. It's all about your one-to-one interactions. This could be with a boss. It could be with your competitors. And the fact that you've got the gate 31 and the leadership card, especially with the dolphin, it's kind of like saying you are in the lead and you are stepping into the role of a leader, but you're doing this in or with a sense of community, and that is going to be the best way that you succeed. With that said, again, happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have a wonderful solar return if you are celebrating this month. Take care, and I'll see you soon.